This is the Bush Whisperer coming at you from the beautiful Penguin Sanctuary, southern tip of Africa. Boulders Beach, Penguin Sanctuary, Cape Town. Come to talk to you today about Anapanasana. Anapanasana is actually a Theravadan word. It means in-breath, out-breath. Inspiration, expiration. It's the fundamental practice of Theravadic meditation, as I've learned it, when I was connected to the Theravadins in Sri Lanka many years ago, close to a quarter of a century ago. And why is meditation and breathing, why is breathing the best form of meditation, shall I say, if I'm going to be more articulate? I've spoken about the 4 different types of meditation previously. Active meditation, passive meditation, and then the 2 different types of passive meditation, and the 2 different types of active meditation. And I want you to consider for a moment how breathing is all 4 types of meditation in one. And so it doesn't tire one of your muscles. It equally develops all 4 proverbial muscles of concentration. Because there are parts of the meditation practice of the breath, following the breath, that are passive. There are parts of the meditation practice that are active. There are parts of the meditation practice which is externalizing one's perception. And there's parts of the meditation practice which is internalizing one's attention. And so the subjective and the objective both get conveyed, and one becomes attuned through this process to the life force itself, to the prana, allowing the intelligence of the prana to flow through the consciousness, fill the body with life and health. And so it brings one's body to a greater sense of jive, if we could call it that, bringing the essence of the life force into the cells on a very deep level when one practices meditation through the breath. It also has a wonderful way of reducing the mystical occult notions that one studies to simple activities, which is very grounding as well. And because one is practicing something so simple by following the breath and being conscious of the breath and allowing one's attention to become submerged within the process of breathing, absorbing one's full attention and consciousness, one finds that one doesn't need to ever try to stop thinking or try to calm down one's mental processes, because the mental processes become absorbed in the process of breathing. It's the fastest, easiest way to enter into a deep state of consciousness. The shaman understand that by following the rhythm of the breath, the rhythm of the heart will be revealed. For the breath and the heart are intrinsically connected, and they are extensions of each other. And through practicing this inner guidance of rhythm, the shaman is able to enter into a deep state of contemplation, whereby much of the physical reality can be revealed by the guides that are within, expressed through nature that we find our consciousness swimming through, in the state of beauty that is revelation from within. And it's fundamentally important to consider how people tend to overcomplicate meditation, how they tend to want to turn it into some profoundly metaphysical act, some esoteric notions, occult principles being expressed and embodied through this act of meditation. And we turn it into a bit of an act of pomp. In the Western occult schools we often do, though there are different forms of breath work that are fundamentally powerful, which is why pranayama is so active. Pranayama is probably one of the more direct ways of attuning the mind's energy and the body's energy into a single point of cohesion, so that the expressions from within can be moving through the body, and that the expressions moving through the body can be attuned with thought, and one can gain control over the physical impulses through one's body and be able to stimulate the organs and gain control of the energy fluids, the pranic flows that move through the meridians and the nadis. And obviously this way we can awaken the kundalini in the fastest way as well. And the kundalini is how this energy flow is directed through the meridians in the spine in order to create a cohesive experience of consciousness through the chakras, bringing us closer to the depths of our true impulse. An impulse is something that is revealed when one follows the deeper path of meditation. Meditating on the breath is meditation par excellence. There are many different ways in which one can consider life. There are many different ways in which one can contemplate what it means to be alive. But the breath, you do not need to think, contemplate, or consider. For the act of breath is the act of life. And when one is absorbed in the act of breathing, one is absorbed in the act of living. So the meditation becomes an action, and the action takes one deeper into the state of meditation. And so it's a natural flow that one enters into, and the rhythm of the breath becomes the rhythm of the inner drum driving the heart. And the heart drives the electrical impulses, managing all of the electrical impulses through the pineal system, which thus create a synergy with the hormonal systems of the pituitary, and the Ida and the Pingala find alignment. The Sushumna is automatically awoken in this way, the middle path of the Kabbalists, or opening the doorway of polarity in the heart, as above so below, bringing the alignment, bringing all 6 factors of the cube into synergy with the central pillar, the powers and activities of the sun, which is essentially the agent of polarity that we experience reality through. If you want to consider reality, there's 7 principles. That one could be considered as the harmonizing principle, the principle that keeps all other principles in check, managing and coordinating the structures of life, and directing the life force through the body, through the meridians, through the consciousness, in order for consciousness and manifestation to become a single conduit of expression, so that life can come into being. So there is a short little concept of Anapanasana, why it's important. Smash the like and share this video so others can get to see it. Work the algorithms. YouTube tends to want to control things. Don't let it. Take charge and help me. Obviously the channel is non-financialized, there's no adverts turned on here, so it's not bringing me any money, though it costs me money and time and energy to make these videos. But I do it for the love of it. And I think it's fundamental that we start to look at this very deeply and understand that breathing inspires joy. When one starts to breathe deeply, one starts to become very actively starts to actively experience the joy within one's body. And the joy within one's body becomes a wonderful symphony of being. And the sensations that one starts to experience from the pranic field as it moves through the cells and through the meridians brings a sense of giddiness, a sense of enjoyment, the kind of enjoyment that people experience when they're on drugs, which is very often why people like to take drugs like ecstasy, MDMA, cannabis, many of the substances that people use that will give them a sense of relaxation so that they can experience breathing on a deeper level and allow the energy to flow through their bodies and fill one's heart and one's body and one's mind with the joy. So do also subscribe so you don't miss daily additions to the channel. I am constructing a very huge course here. Obviously it's best to start it from the beginning, follow it through consistently as they lead from one to another, and they add on the theme, and each video builds onto the other videos. until it creates a cohesive structure from the ground up. Take an absolutely serious and intentful meditation into your breath. Follow the breath, see where it takes you. You will notice that, as the shaman notices, the breath can take you on a journey. It can take you right out of your body. It can take you right into your body. The breath is sort of the gates of life, if you will. So open those gates of life. Allow life to flow through you. Allow the joy and the love, which is life, to fill you, so that you can become an expression of this life and love through joy. This is the Bush Whisperer, sharing a few words about the breath, meditating, anapanasana. Have an absolutely gorgeous day. Keep it real, keep it sweet, and remember, breath is life. Live to breathe and breathe to live. Om Shanti.